Let's VR. This is Amber. You're watching virtual reality gameplay. Today I'm playing Hypercade on the Gear VR. Hypercade brings classic arcade games into virtual reality. There are 4 games: Crazy Critters, which is like Centipede; Robot Rush, which is like Robotron; Space Swarm, which is like Galaga; and Breaker Blaster, which is like Argonoid. One of my favorite games of all time, so that's what I'm going to play for you today. And I kind of like that Hourglass, but 3-dimensional. So the cool thing about all these games is they've been designed to work without a joystick. So your head is the joystick. So by moving your head, you move the paddle. You can also use a controller. And I tried it with a controller, but I actually liked it better moving my head. It's actually more immersive using your head because as you look at the ball, the paddle kind of moves with you. So it's pretty cool. Oh, and I just picked up the lasers. So if you haven't played this game before, the object is to knock down all the bricks, and some of the bricks contain power-ups that fall down, and if it hits your paddle, you get that power-up. So I just got the laser power-up, which is really useful towards the end of the level like this because it can be hard to get the final bricks. And I just did. Now I'm in level 2, and I really like the visuals and the sounds in this game. So I don't know if you can hear it, but the ball has a sound of almost like glass hitting against your paddle, and when you break the cubes, you can hear it. I missed it. Bah. So when this was in the arcade game, the cabinet stuff. Oh, and I just got that one that makes it have multiple balls, which is really fun too. It's kind of like a multi-ball in pinball, which I also like a lot. So you might be thinking, what's the point of playing this VR, right? Isn't VR supposed to be for first-person games where you feel like you're really like in the scene? But the cool thing about playing these games in VR is the control scheme, the ability to control the paddle or an on-screen object with your head. It's kind of hard to explain, but once you've done it, it's actually really cool to just be able to sort of the gaze-based interaction is another thing that VR, or more specifically the head tracking, the headset tracking provides, that is different from PC or console games or traditional arcade games. So that's kind of the unique thing about this Hypercade. But I actually really liked playing this game in VR, and I also played the other 3 games that are available, the clones of Centipede, Robotron, and Galaga. And I actually the Robotron one's really interesting because instead of having 2 sticks, you just move your head to move the character, and I was never any good at that one, but I was actually good at it in VR, so that's pretty interesting. That some of the games are actually easier when you have a gazed-based control system. Alright, I'm almost done with wave 2. Oh man, yeah, this is when it's hard to sort of get the final few bricks, especially when they're in the corner like that, and that's like the really like frustrating and maddening thing. Oh, and you can break those enemy pyramids with your paddle or by hitting them with the ball. Yeah, so sometimes getting the last few bricks can take a long time, so it's kind of like the Pareto principle. Sometimes you spend like a ton of your time getting those last few bricks. Oh man. Alright, let me see if I can just get it on the first go. Yeah, okay. One more left. The other thing I like about this game is the skin, or I guess the scenery. So outside the game board, you can see it's kind of like a cityscape. There's also a second skin that you can switch to, which is more of a spooky ghost kind of skin in terms of the scenery and also the characters. Oh, I just did it. This level is neat because you have additional balls within the blocks. So when you break the blocks, more balls are going to come down that you can use to break the rest of them. Oh, and I'm doing really well on this one because I got the multiple balls and also the lasers at the same time. Oh yeah, I have 3 balls and the lasers, so I'm just like kicking butt on this level. Level 3. Awesome. And I've cleared it. And I'm going to end here. This is Breaker Blaster, one of the games in Hypercade on the Gear VR. You've been watching Let's VR. This is Amber. Subscribe to my channel for more virtual reality gameplay videos.